So a few months ago in America, there was a dual strike between the actors and writers in Hollywood. Now, the writers were striking first, and then the actors came in later. Basically, these actors and writers are unionized so that way they have job security and protection such as benefits. And basically how it works is in order to actually have a career in acting or writing within the Hollywood landscape, you kind of need to be a part of these unions where you pay a small fee and then you're a part of this group known as sag-aftra for the actors, which is what we're going to focus on. We're not going to focus necessarily on the writers for this video, but I just kind of wanted to give some context. Basically how it works is there's contracts between this group, SAG, and then also the studios of the movie companies such as Warner Brothers, Disney, Paramount, and the like. And if they disagree or can't come to terms on a contract, they can go into a strike in which production is completely halted. This strike went on for a while and delayed many projects, including MCU movies and TV shows of the liking. And the reason why I'm talking about this is there's a particular group of people that are also a part of SAG, and that is the voice actors for video games. And now they are going on strike against the video game industry. And I personally think this is going to be even more messier because Hollywood's greedy. Those studios are greedy, but video game companies have proven, they show it on their chest and they're proud of it. They are greedier than any other company ever because they are a billion dollar market, and they'll do whatever it takes to make shortcuts, and they will fire the people responsible for making their games in the first place. There's been so many layoffs in the past year from these companies just trying to cut on money and not have to pay as many workers, and so there's so many video game developers that are out of a job. Fortunately, there's some that just unionized. I can't remember which group just unionized, but it's a good step in the right direction. I am completely pro-union. People should have protection for their jobs and a little bit more security. Anyway, basically how it's working now is video game production is now at a halt in America. So that's a big key here. When there was the strikes with the actors for against the movie studios prior, a few months ago, the UK actors for like House of the Dragon, for an example, they got to keep working because they were located outside of the United States and the studio that they were filming from was outside of US borders. It is illegal for the UK to look over and be like, oh, the American Actors Guild is striking, we're going to strike as well. You cannot do that. So they had to keep working. So with this strike for video game companies, the voice actors demanding higher pay, and to be protected from AI, which is a big point of contention for this strike and the previous strikes, because all these companies want to use AI as fast and efficient as possible, so that way they can cut out the actual humans working, so they can boost up their profits, so the execs can get more money in their paychecks. That's why they're striking. And I want to make it apparent for Sonic X Generations, you might hear rumors of it being delayed or canceled. This is simply not the case, because from what we know, this game is pretty much already finished. If they have pre-order date and the official launch date of October 25th, the game is pretty much ready to be shipped out. They might just be working on a few finer details and getting some of, the tweaks out of the way. And we even had a panel posted on the Sonic the Hedgehog channel for the Era of Shadow during Anime Con or Anime Expo, I can't remember which one, but it seemed like the voice actor for Shadow and Maria already did their lines. Now, they could have been talking about the animatic for the prologue for Shadow X Sonic Generations, but I'm pretty sure they've pretty much wrapped up all their stuff, I would assume, if the game's already announced its release date, unless they're really far behind in development and production, but that doesn't seem likely for them to actually have a date set in stone, but then be so far behind. And that's basically where it's at. And the game was, I believe, developed in Japan, so it was pretty much completely finished, and then they just sent it over as a package for the English voice actors and the English translators to then localize the game for America. So that's probably already done. If it's not, that would be the only way it would get delayed, But like I said, they already have a release date. You can already pre-order it. So I'm sure that the game is probably 90 to 99% done. And there's just some little tweaks here and there that they have to fix gameplays, mechanic-wise, bug-wise. Because that's just my theory. I don't have any insider information. But I do not think we have to worry about Sonic X Shadow coming out later than October 25th or being canceled altogether. That would be so silly if it got canceled. That's not going to happen. So that's my take on it. Hopefully you're a little bit more informed on the strike. Once again, I do not shame or, have any negative will towards the people striking. I think it's a very good thing to do, to fight for your rights. I think the video game industry has been abusing their workers for a long time, and I really hope something positive comes out of the strike and a good deal can be negotiated between the two parties. So, in summation, there is a video game strike going on. Games that are in the US and are in production are at a halt right now because the voice actors want to get paid more and they cannot work on those games until there is a deal made. That being said, Sonic X Shadow Generations has been in development and has been in production for an extremely long time at this point and is near completion to the point where they have a pre-order date and a release date. So I do not see them delaying this game any further than that. I believe that all the stuff that they needed from the voice actors in America are completed, and the only stuff that they probably need to polish up are the bugs and possible glitches that the playtesters are finding and tweaking some things here and there, but it doesn't require American voice actors. I could be wrong about this, but from my knowledge, this seems to be the case. So you can rest easy, Sonic fans. I'm OCDsaster, and I hope you have a super Sonic rest of your day. See ya.